Oh, this is funny. Okay, let's see. Doo 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 doo. Is that the number? Yep, that's the number. So let's see. Okay, let's bring that puppy up real quick, and then I'll call them up, and we'll see. There it is. Open says me. Ah. Okay, just give me a second here. Uh, Let me just create another source. How's that? Screen capture source. Yep. Add source. Add this one. Done. Okay. Let's see. This is the email. Is the email I received, and I'm getting ready to call them now. So let's do this. Oh, they hung up instantly. Well, that's not good, right? Like, how can that be an adequate number if they're hanging up right away? I guess they don't. I guess they don't want to talk. I thought this was going to be fun, but it's not going to be fun now because they're not going to answer. I'm gonna try. Why are you ending the call so fast? It's an 888 number, so hmm. Uh-huh. I guess they don't want to talk. That's a shame. No, they want to. I know once I get through exactly where to call, it's going to go to a call center in India. It's going to be somebody telling me that I purchased a Norton 360 from my PayPal account, of which it's not even a right email. I don't even use that email for PayPal. So they sent it. You know, this is that scam. Every old person in the world who sees this thinks it's no, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of people who would look at this and think this is legit, and this is not legit. This is a scam. Um, it basically comes from India because that's where the email traces back to, and this is will be an Indian call center from India, who I will get, who I will get, who will try and tell me that I would, I will call up and say, hey, look, I got charged for blah 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 blah, and they will say, well, you want to refund that, right? They don't even hesitate. They don't ask you any questions. They just go, oh, so we need to cancel that out. You're calling up to and then go, okay, well, let's take care of that for you. And then they start going through the process. They want you to download a program that will allow them to gain access to your computer, in which they will ask you to bring up bank records, and then they will HTML edit your bank records, right? Where they will change the money that's in there. In the meantime, they will bring up a DOS prompt, um, and it's that's all it is. And they'll say, this is our server, type in this information. They'll be putting in information. Then they'll tell you to type in the number that they want you to, they will literally add an extra zero or a couple extra zeros to it, and then at the same time they have edited your HTML in the background because you can't see it. They've edited the HTML for your bank, and it shows a deposit of whatever it is. So that's why they always ask you to put down even numbers. You know, like 40,000 or 400 or whatever it is. Like they'll say they'll reimburse me for 400. That's what they'll say to reimburse me for, and then I'll look at it. It'll be either 4,000 or 40,000, depending on what they see is in your bank account. Right? It'll even go lower if you don't have that much money in the bank account. They'll put it down even lower, and then they just scam you. That's all they do. They'll scam the shit out you. So I'm gonna try and call them again to see if I can't get them to answer. But I don't think these guys are gonna answer because it seems as though the number that they're using is not an active number, or it is, and it's just yeah, it's instantaneous. That may be because they say they don't. It might be because my number doesn't show up, right? So they might think that yeah, they might think that I'm not who I say I am or whatever it is. Basically they're just going to anonymous caller. Okay. Always use my phone to place calls. Yeah. But they're not answering, and I don't know why. Let me see if it'll go through on my phone. I have to put it on speaker if it does. Contacts. Let's see here. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's instantaneous. All right, so these hackers aren't doing anything right now. Anyway, this is the email. It's unfortunate I couldn't get in touch with them because it would have been a funny little thing. Yeah, get away from my normal streaming of Tom Clancy to mess with a hacker for a little bit. But unfortunately, I can't. Anyway, for anybody who watches this or anybody who sees this on Facebook or anywhere that it goes up and posts, if you run into these types of emails, right? Number one, check. You'll see this in your email, right? This is a photo, okay? No one is going to put a photo up. It's not going to be a photo like this, all right? That's one. This is bullshit right here to begin with. Two, if they're saying don't respond to this email, then it's definitely a scam. No one's going to tell you not to respond to the email. They'll just tell you to go through like whatever your banking system or whatever that other bullshit is. Three, not whatever that bullshit is. That most people don't say do not respond to this mail, please. This message responses are forwarded to an unintended inbox, right? It's not. They're not going to say that. The reason why they say that is because they want you to call the number, right? If you get something from PayPal, don't call no phone numbers on PayPal. PayPal keeps a record of all your purchases and everything that comes in and out, every transaction. Okay, so you can just go to the website and don't go through the website on any. Never click on a link, whether it's legitimate or not. So, say you got Chase Bank, never click on the link from your email to go to your Chase Bank, just in case it's a fake email. I don't care what the email address says because they can make them look like their official addresses. Always just go to the website from your browser. Just type it in, go to the website, and view and see if any purchases or any activities on there. It'll show up. PayPal, again, the reason why I know this is fake 100% is because I don't have a PayPal account with that email attached to it. This is just a spam email that they send out to hundreds of thousands of people in the hopes that the sucker will call them back and will go through the process of trying to get a refund because they don't understand that this is a scam. They think it's real. They think somebody's, instead of just going and checking their bank or going and checking their credit card to see if anything's been placed on it, which you can do from your web browser, you know, again, don't click on any links that come in emails ever. Please don't click on any links that come in emails. I don't care if you think it's legit or it's not. If you see something that says, "Oh well, you're," it doesn't matter. It could be Amazon. It could say Amazon, is you bought something, you made a purchase through Amazon, because they have that scam too with the Amazon scams. They have a bunch of different scams from the Geek Squad, all that kind of other stuff. If you ever see those emails, just go to the website yourself. Don't click on any of the links. Don't call any of the phone numbers with any emails. Just go to the website yourself. Check and see if any purchases have been made on your cards or your bank. And if you don't see anything, guess what? Scam. So don't worry about it. Most people just get an email and they click on links. I'm like, oh, I'll click on this link. I forward all these to the place. Like, I'll forward this to PayPal so that PayPal knows that somebody's doing this. They have their own teams that investigate stuff, I guess, and then if they can prosecute people or they can get people arrested for it, they will do that. So these guys, there's Scammer Payback is a guy that does scam videos all the time. He's really good at it. You can watch a couple of these guys that do it. They will literally sit there and call up scammers, and they do it because they want to stop the scam call center. So they got people that can actually, when they try and connect it, they run virtual machines on their systems so that the guy really can't do anything to their system because it's a virtual machine. They will allow the guy to connect and then wind up connecting to him instead, and then deleting files on their systems and things like that. Because a lot of your scammers don't understand that kind of stuff, what to check for. And they also report those crimes to the authorities that they know in these countries that do this. And here at home too, because it happens all the time. And it's a shame because poor old people usually get scammed out of their entire life savings, and it's not even a joke. Like, that happens every day. They make millions of dollars a year in doing this kind of stuff, and that's enough to run these call centers. That's enough to have these groups just sitting there living the life of luxury while your grandmother, who's 90 years old, just got scammed out of every bit of savings that she ever had that she was going to use to live out the rest of her days. And that's a problem. It's a shame. I personally hate it, and the way that I am, like, I hate to say this, but in real talk, if I ever met any of these people that did this shit, it wouldn't be a nice conversation. I would just straight up fuck them up. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what would happen. And I wouldn't worry about getting them arrested and stuff like that. I would just stomp them into a fucking coma so they can live the rest of their life, eating through a tube. Because, that's literally sad what they do. And it's not just old people that get scammed too. There's younger people that get scammed all the time also, because they just don't know. Maybe they're not as internet savvy as most people are. Maybe they see an email and it looks official and they're like, oh wow, this has got to be real. This has got to be happening. But again, for anybody that watches this, if you get an email that says you bought something, I don't care what it is, from whatever company it is, it does not matter. Go to the website. If you have no account with that website, if you're, or if you do have an account with that website, because again, I have a PayPal account. That's not the email. Go to your websites, look at your information, and then if there's nothing there, disregard that email. Block it, report it. If there's a link on the websites that you go to, like PayPal has a link that you can go to where you can report these scams. Norton has a link that you can go to where you can report these scams. I'm sure if you go watch Scammer Payback, he has links to these reporting agencies that you can report to. And I would do that. Just don't. This is just one email. I get probably 20 of them a day telling me I bought some bullshit. And I always try to call the numbers back so I can mess with these guys. This is really the first time that I'm doing it while I'm streaming. But again, this is, my mom gets these a dime a dozen times. My father gets them. My sister probably gets them. Just about everybody's gotten emails like this from either Geek Squad or Amazon, and they're all bootleg. Amazon will tell you that your Prime membership is about to end. Excuse me. All you have to do is go to your Amazon.com, log in, and then check your Prime membership to see if there's any messages. If you got any messages. If you have no messages, then that's a scam. And again, a lot of people try to call these numbers up to get their money back. I'm going to try one more time before I hang up to call this douchebag. I really want to see if I can't get this guy. Nah. So either that number's burnt, and this is an email I got earlier, but the number's already burned, and so they're not using it anymore. Or he's sleeping right now, and he can't answer the phone. Again, usually these are call centers and stuff like that, but there are some scams here in the United States too, where people will call you up and tell you stuff like your car insurance. That's a big scam too here in the United States. Somebody will call you up and tell you your car insurance is going to run out. I get those emails all the time too, and I call them back up, and they're always here in the United States, generally on the East Coast and generally in the southern states. So, like in Virginia, and on down, and so you'll get those calls. I usually call them up. I sit there and I talk to them. I let them go through their entire spiel, and then I'm like, you realize like I don't have a car, right? Like, so how can I have fucking car insurance if I don't have a car? I love getting these guys like that. Like, and then it's like, oh well, maybe we got the. Is this so and so? We might have the wrong number. That's usually what the ones here say, and then they'll just casually hang up the phone as soon as they can. But the Indian call centers are a lot worse because, very impatient because they're trying to make money, and that money goes to them. They get a portion of the money that they scam out of their victims, whoever did it, and they want that money right away. So if they don't think you're listening to them, or if they don't, again, go to scammer payback. You gotta watch his stuff that he does because he literally gets them all the time. There's another guy. There's like three main guys that do it. Um, that are on YouTube. You can search up like scammers, scammer payback, or the other ones that go on there like scamming call centers, stuff like that, and you'll find the people that actually reach out and shut these sites down. There's another guy. I don't know where he's from. Sounds like he's over in, like one of the Baltics, not yeah, Baltic states maybe. Might be from Russia, but he does a good job with getting them. And then there's another guy. They use voice changers to get these guys to think they're old ladies and stuff like that. It's pretty funny. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to. I'm gonna end this one, and then I'm gonna start my stream for the division. But again, you guys get any of these things like this in your email, please don't click on them. Please don't go to the links. Please don't even call them. Just you know, go to your banking institution or go to whoever you got your credit card attached to from the HTML, from Google or from Internet Explorer or Explorer or whatever you have, Edge. Do it through there. Don't go through any of the links on emails ever for any of your stuff. Never go through the links on emails, just in case. You want to be safe. That's 100% way of being safe. Just don't click on those links. All right. Thank you for watching. I wish there was more I could have gave you. I really wanted it, but now you see what these scammers put up and show, and this is what they do. This is what they do all the time, and they will get you every single time if you let them. So don't fall for it. All right, love, peace, out.